All right, my amplified unit. Here's the deal. Let me make sure I got playback first and foremost. Hold on. Let's make sure we got... Check, check. B motherfucking C. Check. What? Red team, go. All right, there we go. All right, my amplified unit. This is the deal. I got playback, so I'm going to keep rolling here. Hopefully I don't blow out a mic in the process. We are about a half an hour away from Monday Night Raw. We're approximately a half an hour away from Monday Night Raw. I gave you guys about 8 minutes of notice. 8 minutes of notice. Half an hour before Raw. I know I say this a lot, but I mean this more than ever before. This particular live stream is meant for the future amplified unit members. Anybody up in the chat now, man, you guys are just fucking rock stars on 8 minutes of notice. But most of you guys don't feel too bad. Oh, BC was live, man. Guys, this was 8 minutes of notice a half an hour before Raw. So this was just because I was not able to make a video earlier. There was a couple of topics I want to talk about. And that's just what I'm going to do a half an hour before Raw. So after Raw, during Raw, if it's really the shits, feel free to watch BC in this live stream. But guys, future amplified unit members, don't beat yourselves up too bad on this one. This was 8 minutes of notice before Raw. So anybody up in here now, you guys just got the rock with BC live, man. Whether it's Temby, Sherrod, DJ, Dave Mealy, Fred, William, Redhead, Marie Applewhite, Redhead Kingpin, Bob Wade's up in it. Rob Wade. Maybe you got a brother Bob. Well, who the fuck knows? Drama King, Casey's up in here. Carlos, Ray's up in here. What's up, everybody? James, Alexander. So anyway, you guys get to catch BC live. That's awesome. But the majority of you guys will catch this afterwards. That's enough on the intro. Let's get right into it, man. A couple things I want to talk about. Raw's coming up in 26 and a half minutes. First and foremost, BC's under the weather a little bit, guys. So I got to, instead of the coffee, I've already had 7 coffees too, but I got to do some Fiji water. That told me liquids, BC, liquids, man. Cold water. So I got to do the Fiji, you guys know. So the good news is I'll be in and out of Florida for the next 10 fucking days. Florida, lots of sunshine. I'll be getting that vitamin D. I'll be back to fucking, I'll be back, man, ready to crush it for next week, guys, or the rest of this week. So, Kurt Angle, what's up, everybody? Everybody's still filing in. Guys, this is only going to be a half an hour. We're not going to be live for the first hour of Raw, man. I just got a few things I want to go over before Raw. Smackdown this past week pulled in rock star numbers for the brand anyway, they kind of been fucking mingling around that 2.1 for the longest time. 2 weeks ago, they pulled in 2.1 on their last appearance on Fox. Last week, they had to go to FS1, where they scored 900,000 viewers. They couldn't even break a fucking million. This week, on the back of Kurt Angle, it's damn true. With a broken freaking neck. Okay, maybe he didn't have a broken freaking neck, but he pulled in some high fucking ratings, bro. 2.306, guys. 2.3, that is SmackDown's highest since the middle of September. October, November, we're at least a fucking quarter of a year past that. So, big numbers, man. Kurt Angle pulled that rock star shit out of his ass in 2022. Now, of course, there were some other things as well. You got to look at the Bray Wyatt LA Knight storyline that people are intrigued with. So there's no doubt much love goes over to Bray Wyatt, LA Knight. They're the really only storyline right now. Roman was not on SmackDown, so the Sami Zayn Usos storyline takes a back seat, obviously, to LA Knight and Wyatt. And they did enough. Wyatt said some words. LA Knight says he's going to go to the back looking for Bray. You have the Uncle Howdy beat down in the back. Love that shit, man. So I do want to give the people that were there, man, the wrestlers doing their thing in the ring. But Kurt Angle was the spot that they said, hey, you got to stick around. End of the second hour, man. Kurt Angle's going to have his birthday celebration. And Kurt Angle pulls out the fucking 2.3 SmackDown, man. He's going to be riding high when he hears that shit, bro. Because Kurt Angle, guys, he pitched that to Triple H, to 3 H's. Kurt Angle left a text to 3 H's and said, hey, I got this idea for my birthday coming up. You'll probably squash it, but let me know if you want to do it. H's is like, shit, I'm drowning anyway. I got no fucking creative ideas. Come on in, motherfucker. I got Bray Wyatt fucking creating his own shit. When Roman gets here, he approves his own shit. Of course you can do whatever you want. And hey, it worked. 2.3. So, got to give a much round of applause there. And Tony Khan's going to love that too, because a lot of those people decided to keep watching wrestling because Rampage scored 450,000 viewers. Now, last week, Rampage was at 361. So they pulled another 90,000 viewers from last week to this week. So Tony Khan was damn glad to see Kurt Angle. That's damn true for Tony Khan, bro. But again, SmackDown 2.3 from a 900,000 last week, which was FS1. 2 weeks ago, when it was in its normal Fox time slot, they pulled a 2.1, so that's still going to be 200,000 viewers, more so. So, pretty fucking good, man, for SmackDown. And I always said, I just don't talk about the ratings when it's bad. When they pop, we got to talk about why. Well, BC already reviewed the show. I already told you guys it wasn't that good of a SmackDown. It was decent enough, and I gave you guys 3 reasons. You had a fucking epic moment. Even though it's a moment we've seen in the past, it's still a moment you're going to remember with the fucking milk truck bash. The fucking dairy department exploded at your local supermarket. The only difference, it was in the middle of a ring. You're going to remember that shit. Sucks that you have to bring back somebody from 20 years ago because you haven't built anybody else. But I told you guys, an iconic moment mixed with a really great story, which LA Knight and Bray Wyatt are delivering, mixed with some good wrestling, which is also what you had last night with that opening tag bout with the Usos Tag Team Championship. So I'm not saying it was a good show from top to bottom, but I'm saying it was a complete decent show at the bare minimum. And when you do that, you're going to pull that rating. So, it's Professor BC, man. I don't give myself a pat on the back because I think I know everything. But when it comes to pro wrestling, I know more than most. Listen to my reviews and then watch and listen for the rating 2 days later. Whenever I say a show is fucking into the absolute shits to the point where you gotta light that shit up, implode it from within, and try to resurrect it from the ashes. When I tell you Raw is shit to the utmost degree, watch the ratings afterwards. I'm usually always correct. The rating will always justify my words. When I say something is at least decent and I give you reasons, I was more positive about SmackDown than usually. And then you look at the rating, man. It's because I fucking know what I'm talking about. While everybody else is watching professional wrestling, BC is studying professional wrestling. While every fan watches wrestling and then they go on their social afterwards in 140 characters and they tell everybody what they liked, what they didn't like, what they think needs to change, who sucks and who doesn't, what was awesome and what wasn't, who they want to see fight forever and who they don't want to see. While they're giving you their opinions in 140 characters because they're watching wrestling, BC's over here studying it, and I've been studying it since I was out of the womb. That's what makes me epic at what I do, critiquing professional wrestling. Of course I'm always fucking right. I'm not shocked. My amplified unit isn't shocked. Alexi's not shocked. Carlos isn't shocked. JR motherfucking 9 Gaming is not shocked. The War Dog is not shocked. Marie's not shocked. Piledriver's not shocked. Nobody's fucking shocked that BC's always right. If you fucking listen to my words, it's sitting in your fucking lap. Again, SmackDown wasn't great by any means, but when you just start the ingredients to a good fucking recipe, to a good meal, you're going to be on the right track. And I told you guys 3 ingredients that were used on Friday night that will pull in an audience. Fucking A, I was right again. That's not a pat on the back. I just need more people to start listening instead of just going, I disagree. I don't like what Basley's saying because I disagree. I don't give a fuck if you disagree. Take your disagreement, shine it up, and shove it up your fucking ass. I don't care about disagreements. I need fucking pro wrestling to be fucking epic again. Will it ever be what it once was? Probably not. But fuck, if we come together and use our dome pieces, I don't care about what you like and what you don't like. I don't even care about what I like and what I don't like. I care about what works and what is not. What is great, what is not. What is good, what is not. So that's SmackDown. Kurt Angle helps pull in that number. Bray Wyatt and LA Knight and their work help pull in that fucking number. 2.3. Now, real quick, man, we still got about 20 minutes before Monday Night Raw. I will not be live during Raw, guys. Again, I went live a half an hour before Raw with 8 minutes of notice. Most of you guys are going to catch this within the next 24 hours. Future Amplified members. Somehow we got a nice house right now live on 8 minutes of notice. You guys are fucking rock stars. Much love. But don't beat yourself up later, guys, for those that missed the live stream. I only gave 8 minutes of notice before Raw. Half an hour before Raw. But a couple of more topics before we end the live stream. Sasha Banks. Okay, now she is set in stone to show up. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 17, all that hoopla. She's got her dream matches set up. Now, here's the fucking thing, guys. We know for a fact that she is still with WWE. You can check the public page right now, and that's a legal sheet. The public page is a legal sheet. That's why when I say they're still contracted some way with WWE, that's what I'm talking about. If you right now go to WWE's roster sheet, you'll see Sasha Banks, you'll see Naomi, and if you're wondering how often they update it, every fucking hour or every minute that they need to. In other words, if somebody gets released, they are legally obligated. They have to take that name and fucking image off. If somebody just gets fucking hired or switches brands, they switch that. Tegan Nox, for instance. Tegan Nox just got to the fucking roster 2 weeks ago. Tegan Nox immediately put onto the roster page. Sasha, Naomi, still there. Now we're hearing that they've already signed on for New Japan Pro Wrestling dates. She's already doing trademarks, this, that, and the other thing. Guys, do you realize that is, and this is a pro Sasha channel. We love Sasha on this channel. Do you guys realize that if H wanted to, if Vince McMahon, if WWE wanted to, that is a massive lawsuit. You cannot, under contract, you cannot sign on to do any other fucking appearance in which the company says, you ain't wrestling nobody, and it doesn't matter if it's for a future date. In other words, if Sasha's contract ends on January 1st, Wrestle Kingdom is, say, January 11th. I'm just picking dates out of my ass. It doesn't matter. You're tampering with the contract. You are literally setting up future wrestling dates while under contract. This leads me to believe, this is what I'm getting at, guys. This leads me to believe that 3 H's and Sasha Banks are working on something together. H's is letting her do her thing, work up the fucking wrestling world, gather her steam and momentum, and then make a splash of a return, probably at the Royal Rumble. Because there's no other way that 3 H's is just sitting. She's on the fucking roster. She's still employed by WWE. There's no way she can get away with any of this. Do you guys understand what legalities are? There's no way. And this is a Sasha channel. I'm the one who fucking made all the videos saying I support every fucking both fucking walkouts justified. And whatever she chooses to do, BC and the unit will be right there to fucking support. But to say that she's just done with WWE, something isn't adding up because there's no way she can legally do any of this. You cannot even talk about wrestling for another company or showing up to another big promotion while you're under contract. And we know she's at the very least under contract through January. That's at the very least. We believe it's even more than that unless she was able to talk to H and say, hey, can I get out of it? But you still cannot negotiate other shit. So something is not right. Everybody that's reporting she's done with WWE, don't be shocked. I'm just telling you guys this. Don't be shocked if it ends up being bullshit, major bullshit, because there's no way she can get away with what she's getting away with right now while under contract. And we know for a fact she's under contract. And guys, last, and certainly not, well, it's not least for sure, but it's last so we can get on with Monday Night Raw. There were some supers that came in too. I want to talk to my unit for a few minutes after I get over this topic as well. William Regal. Now, everybody thinks that he just cut this interview before he left or after he left AEW or is about to leave. There's this interview that he did with Inside the Ropes. Guys, this interview was from October. This is when he was still with AEW. No thought of even going back definitively. Everybody is hearing this William Regal interview, and they're starting to think like this was done in the last week. And these are his thoughts now. And wow, I can't believe he's saying all this with 2 weeks to go. No, guys, this was from October. And he talked about how Vince McMahon allowed him out of his talent contract over a month early. So he was already released from his coaching contract for NXT. He texts Vince McMahon because Bryan Danielson says, hey, we got something cool in AEW if you can come over. He texts Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon goes, dude, of course, absolutely take it. We'll let you go a month early, and we are still going to pay you. Regal says in this interview he's indebted to Vince McMahon. He treated him with the utmost respect because he allowed him to go to AEW a month and a half early and still paid him in full till his contract ran out the next month. William Regal believes he is the only man to have ever gotten 2 separate checks from both companies because Vince McMahon wanted to pay him in full, but still let him go. So that's number one. All right, everybody be saying, oh, well, William Regal, he's so spiteful for Vince. But then there was this narrative that Bruce Pritchard, he doesn't like Bruce. William Regal and Bruce Pritchard, to my knowledge, have zero fucking beef. And it was because in this interview, he says that somebody there was sent down there to pretty much oversee shit. Now, the first person I thought of was John Laurinaitis, because we know that he doesn't like Laurinaitis. Laurinaitis was sent down to NXT several fucking times. Brucey Pritchard always got the heat. Bruce got so much heat, he had to finally say, guys, I don't know what anybody's talking about. I've never went there, A. B, I never had anything to do with NXT. Sean's been running the ship. Regal had X amount of duties, and Laurinaitis was going down there. People didn't want to believe it. People are like, nah, bullshit. Shawn Michaels then had to step up and say, guys, why the fuck is everybody blaming Bruce? Blame me. It's been my fucking show. But for some reason, there's this narrative where people just want to fucking put the pitchfork on the Bruce Pritchard, bro. I don't know what this dude did in a past lifetime. Bruce Pritchard was a fucking genius back in the 80s, early 90s. I understand he's a part of the fucking problem in the last 10 years. But just a part. Vince McMahon was the fucking enchilada. The amount of heat and hate that Bruce Pritchard gets is absolutely embarrassingly sad at this point because it's from people that don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. If these fucking idiots just fucking rewinded 2 minutes earlier into the fucking interview, just 2 fucking minutes, he literally says the person he's talking about is no longer there. Hate to break it to you guys, Brucey is still there. He's employed by World Wrestling Entertainment. Therefore, once again, BC is correct. Pat on the back, I don't need it. It's Jonathan Laurinaitis he's talking about. It's amazing how the wrestling world gets a narrative and they'll just go with it. It's Bruce Pritchard. I've cracked the code. He's talking about hating Bruce Pritchard. Right? Did you listen to the interview? Did you even bother to listen to the interview? He says the guy who he called a fucking idiot time after time is no longer there. He literally, it's people power. It's easier to do now that I'm under the weather. People power. William, I can't have you doing this. It's people power. I've been sent here to take over. People power. William Regal, it's either you listen or you're fired. You understand? People power. If I can get this motherfucker up for you, I would love to get this up for you, man. I don't have the fucking time. It's not the normal setting either, and I have too many fucking... Can I get this thing up? Hold on. Maybe I can. If I can get this Regal thing so you guys hear this first fucking hand. Let's listen to this motherfucker, if you don't mind, man. I'd like to,
How can we...
Hold on.
This? And why we were all trying to put our heads around, when that's as new, anybody young and it was...
Hold on.
particular person who's no longer there now.
There you go. Listen.
Quite happy to take a year off.
I was happy to take a year off.
Particular person who's no longer there now, so it's not, and certainly not the boss. And I was quite happy to take a year off. There was a particular person who's no longer there now, so it's not, and certainly not the boss.
I was willing to take a year off because there was a particular person that is no longer there now. Certainly not the boss. And he talks about Vince, and then he goes into what Vince did for him to go to AEW. And then he starts talking once again about this person who he's literally called an idiot to, fucking to his face time after time. And everybody just imaginally just went to Bruce Pritchard, who Bruce, Shawn Michaels, everybody has said, get over it. He has nothing to do with NXT. You heard it from invaluable sources or fucking just fake sources. You've heard it from the most lowest of scum on the dirt sheets because it's false. And by now, one person would have said, wow, Bruce is lying, man. Bruce was there a bunch of times. Bruce did a bunch of shit behind the scenes that changed NXT. Bruce did shit. There's no evidence. Regal himself says he called this person an idiot to his face time after time, and everybody went somehow to Bruce Pritchard when he literally says the words, he's no longer there anymore. It's Johnny fucking Laurinaitis! Come on, Amp Unit. I know some of you guys listen to other people. You read other you read fucking journalists' sheets, dirt sheets. You listen to other podcasters. Guys, I need you to do me a favor. That's fine. I need you to use logic and common sense before you follow people's narratives, because then it catches on like wildfire, and before you knew it, the lie is the fucking new truth until it has to be debunked by so many people. Logic and common sense, guys. Use it. This narrative that Regal is talking about fucking Bruce Pritchard when he literally says the guy is no longer there anymore. I can't, bro. I can't do it. But I do. I do it for my amplify. Guys, on 8 minutes of notice, we got a couple hundred live on this bitch. This was meant for the future amplified unit members. I honestly, man, you guys are fucking rock stars. That's what I got for you. I'm going to read some super chats right now from my real tried and trues, man, that are throwing BC a coffee or a tea at this point because BC's under the weather. And I got to be in and out of Florida all week. Some of that's going to be R&R time. Don't worry, I'll be getting that vitamin C, or vitamin D and C down in Florida, bro. Because I'll be going back several times this week. But guys, much love and respect to all you guys, man. I did not expect a few hundred of you guys to be live on 8 minutes of notice a half an hour before Monday Night Raw. This was honestly meant for everybody within the next 24 hours before I get my Raw review in. So, with that said, what I would like to do, if I could get maybe a bigger screen. I know there were some supers that came in. I want to say what's up to those motherfuckers. Ashley Steggles, man, with that $8.99. Ashley! By the way, guys, members are going to be up. Members, what do you call it? Memberships? Channel membership? It's going to be up within the next 24 to 48 hours, hopefully. So be on the lookout for that. Ashley Steggles just made me think of that because Ashley Steggles is just a fucking tried and true. And I should have known when I saw a fucking super come up, it's got to be somebody like Ashley Steggles. Ashley says, come on, unit. You know how to do it right on this channel, so wake up and get amplified. Ashley, even under the weather, BC is giving you full amplification, bro. There's no quit in the amplified unit. There's no taking second fucking place or playing second fiddle. Even when we're fucking under the weather, we get up and we get amplified. I should use a catchphrase of Mojo, right? We don't fucking, what do you used to say? We don't get hyped. We stay hyped. We don't get amplified. We just always stay amplified. Ashley, I got to give you, I know it's a Fiji water, bro, but it's been a while since I've done a live stream, so it's been a while since I've been able to say this. Ashley Steggles, it's good to see you up in here, dude, up in the chat. And thank you for the coffees, man. When I'm able to have even more coffees, which is hopefully by tomorrow, it'll be in your name, bro. Appreciate that. Ashley Steggles, man. On 8 minutes of notice, showing that love. And Dave Mealy, it wasn't just Ashley. Dave Mealy with a $9.99, a couple of coffees. Dave, dude. I just told Ashley, I should have known it was some of my fucking tried and trues up in here throwing BC a coffee or a tea while he's under the weather. Dave, so good to see you up in here, bro. A few days, Dave says this, and I quote, a few days Jake Roberts talked about his snake pit with Hulk Hogan back in the day. He said that was the storyline that should have happened. Imagine how epic and awesome that would have been. Of course, bro. Dave, all that stuff, man. Jake Roberts used to pitch a lot to McMahon. And what I will say about McMahon and Jake Roberts' relationship, McMahon actually approved a lot of what Roberts wanted. Now, in this particular instance, though, that you're talking about, Dave, Hulk Hogan had a lot of input that derailed a lot of people. Jake Roberts was just one of many that got derailed by Hulk Hogan's way of thinking. And that wasn't always best for business. But there's no question Jake Roberts has a mind for the business, and he knows what he's talking about. You know it, I know it, Jake knows it, and deep down, Vince McMahon knows it, that should have absolutely been best for business. Would have been. Dave, salute, dude. You're bringing me back to those 80s storylines, man. I could talk about them all day, but we got 2 minutes before Monday Night Raw, so let me give Dave a proper salute. Man, we cut this down to the wire. BC's getting amplified. I'm trying to do playback for William Regal to clarify some bullshit. But I think we actually made it, dude. Amplified unit, thank you guys. What a fucking high octane amplified half an hour that just was. Till next time, guys, which will be tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to be live. Hold up. Before I take off, hold on. I just saw JR9 Gaming pop up. Hold on, my right hand man, JR9 just popped up, man. JR9 with that 5-spot cough. JR9! What up, brother? I saw you when we started the stream. I said fucking JR9's fucking not wasting any time jumping in. JR9 says, what up, BC? Loved your video on Isle of Dawn. Also, so happy Roxy was Iron Survivor receiving another title shot, probably at New Year's Evil, January 10th. JR9, I saw that you answered my question, by the way. That was her character for the full year over in the UK anyway. So it makes perfect sense that she is going to keep that character in NXT. And even if she just invented it in NXT, I'm still down with it. But JR9, I appreciate you, man, as always. I'm glad you love that video. But I thank you for answering that question because that just makes even more sense. And as far as Roxy, when I heard the news, I knew I had to go back and see the match before I talked about it. I went back. All those ladies rocked it, by the way. But to see Roxy, JR9, you know what I'm going to say, bro. It was more than deserving. And JR9, is she the one to take it, bro? Does she just finally take it? Is it Mandy's time to relink? JR9, let me know what you think, man. Salute, bro. And Courtney Ward, man, 199 says, until Sasha shows up somewhere else, she's in WWE. Courtney, that's what I'm saying. She's on the roster page, public legal page. She's a part of WWE somehow, which means everything she's doing is being approved by Vincent Kennedy McMahon, majority shareholder. Being approved by WWE. Something is not right. Something's not adding up, even with my girl Sasha. There's something bigger in the works, and I wouldn't be shocked if she shows up at the Royal Rumble. Courtney Ward, salute! Hold on, we're not even done. I know Raw's getting started, but Jacqueline Robinson was up in this bitch with a 5-spot coffee. Jacqueline! Man, my tried and trues, man. It's been a while. BC's under the weather. It's so good to see my tried and trues up in this bitch. Jacqueline Robinson says, hope you feel better soon, BC. We appreciate you going live while you're under the weather. Thank you, BC. Jacqueline, it's you guys, man, that make it worthwhile, make it fun, you know? This is one of those live streams where I wanted to put out content earlier. I didn't have the time. So it was just one of those things where I knew most of the people were going to catch, most of you guys were going to catch this later. It just so happened that a few hundred of you caught it live. That's fucking epic. But Jacqueline Robinson, the thank you goes on to you because you guys make this fucking happen, man. I wouldn't even be doing these live streams if it wasn't for the best fucking wrestling fans in the world, which is Jacqueline Robinson, Courtney Ward, JR9 Gaming, Dave Mealy, Ashley Steggles. You know what? I think there was one more too. I think it was Drama King up in this bitch. Drama King. Hold on, bro. Let me get you on a little bit of a bigger screen here. Drama King with that 10 to a couple of coffees by Drama King. Salud, dude. Drama King showing that love. And he says, and I quote, Drama King says, fans, in quotes, get up in arms about the supernatural, but they're totally fine with someone taking a Canadian destroyer from the top of a ladder through a table and still being able to kick out. Drama King, I've been saying that for the longest. I even use that word, Canadian destroyer, because that's a move that you would think would fucking put somebody out for 3 days into a coma. But no, in pro wrestling, they kick right the fuck out and then they do it 17 more times. But it's the supernatural shit that is making wrestling unbelievable or not believable. Okay, that I can buy. If you want fucking actual real competition, like a fight, you're going to have to tune into MMA or boxing. Professional wrestling is more than just about a fight or a battle. Professional wrestling is larger than life characters, storylines that intrigue us and take us to the edge. It is a performance. It's a fucking show. I don't know any other way to say that. It is a show with athletes. It's a show with athletes, but it is an entertainment show. I'm working on something big for you guys in the next several days, actually. It's taking a lot of time, but it's going to be well worth it. It's a storyline. That's just it. There's so many layers to it, and it shows you how out of the box pro wrestling is, how ludicrous, but how fucking epic it is, because there are moments that live on for lifetimes and beyond. So I'm working on something special, Drama King, about that. Not about supernatural, but just about where's the television show lately? How are these shows any different than every fucking week where it's just redundancy and repetitiveness, and we're supposed to sit through 7 fucking bangers every night? I don't care about everybody wrestling all night. Professional wrestling, here's a news flash. This is going to sound crazy, and it's going to fucking, you're going to have to really think about it. Professional wrestling is way more than just the wrestling. And if you think it's going to survive on anything else, congratulations. You just found out why pro wrestling is in the shitter. The entire industry. Why Monday Night Raw cannot fucking resurrect itself from its own ashes. Anyway, Drama King, I get amplified with that shit. Drama King, you know how I feel about that. It's always good to know that there's people like you that understand and carry that message forward. Drama King, salute. I know Raw's on, guys. I know Raw's on, man. What are we starting with? Anybody know? Is it anything good, man? I got to go and fucking catch it. Carlos Ray before I end this stream. I should have known Carlos was coming in here, brah. Fucking dropping some coffees or maybe even tea, man. I got to get better, Carlos. A little under the weather. But Florida's helping Carlos. You're a Florida boy. You know what I'm talking about, man. That vitamin D is going to help out BC. Carlos says, BC, hope you're feeling better. Did you get to see ROH's double dog collar match, Briscoes versus FTR? Hope so. It was a very good old school match. Much love, brother. Salute. I was able to see about 6 minutes, and then I got called into other business, Carlos. And then I had to make a decision. Do I finish the Roxy matchup, or do I finish that? I had to go with my girl Roxy because I wanted to dedicate my undivided attention to that tag match. So the short answer is no. The long answer is I actually started it, though. I'm going to go back, watch it from the beginning. I will give you my thoughts on it, Carlos. I'm hearing great things, but I'm not shocked. It's the fucking Briscoes and FTR. I think we knew this was, and you put them on a double dog collar, I think we knew this was going to be the fucking top of the echelon. But Carlos, not in its entirety yet, brother. Carlos, salute. Tyler with that $1.99. Salute, brother. I appreciate that coffee. Chris Cooper with a $19.99. Chris, that's like 4 fucking Starbuckses, 7 Dunkins, or 4 tall teas. Because I'm under the weather. I don't know how I'm going to fucking divvy it up. But Chris Cooper, the point is, salute, brother. Appreciate that. Chris Cooper coming out of no words even needed to be said. Chris Cooper's just like, BC, I got you. Tyler and Chris Cooper coming up fucking big. And William F., man, with a 10 spot, double coffee, says, next week my son and I will be at Raw in Des Moines. His Christmas wish for this year. He is excited to see in person. You're the best, BC. I'm the best because I got the best fucking people like you, William F. And I seriously hope you and your kid rock it the fuck out. There's nothing like seeing this shit live. Of course, it was most likely better in the day. You know that, William F. But seeing it live and being around fucking people that just have a love for this shit, it's really awesome. William F., I'm sure you're going to roll your eyes when you start to hear this is awesome when it shouldn't be used and probably think of BC. But if your kid wants to join in, fuck it, man. As long as he's having a good time, that's what matters. William F., you've been supporting the channel from day one, it seems, bro. I appreciate you big time. And that is so awesome to hear. And did you say that's his first? Hold on, let me go back to that. For this year, he is excited to see in person. Oh, I don't know if that's his first event or not. But that's one hell of a Christmas fucking wish come true, bro. William F., appreciate you, dude. Jared9, thank you, brother. Go catch Raw. Am I missing anything big? I'm going to have to go back and watch it anyway. The fourth one with that 2-spot. Fourth one. Ricky Starks' promo. Well, I talked about that, though. That was on Dynamite. Fourth one. What are we talking about, Ricky Starks' promo? Ricky Starks' promo was damn fucking electric. But MJF deserves a lot of credit because he allowed that to happen. MJF could have fucking lit him on fire. MJF could have rocked him. And MJF knew to shut the fuck up and let Ricky Starks become a star. Because it's only going to help elevate MJF as well. So I love that shit, bro. Fourth one, no question. I love that. And I talked a great deal about that when I covered AEW this week. Jane Donnelly. Jared9, thank you. Alexa Bailey is the match at the moment. I got to go catch that, see if there's any Bray Wyatt involvement somehow. Jane Donnelly with a $17.99 emoji holding that fucking trophy. I wish that was my Green Bay Packers this year, but that ain't going to happen. Jane Donnelly, I appreciate that, dude. I love it. No words needed. Supporting the Amplified Man in the channel. Jane Donnelly. I love that shit, bro. That's like 4 fucking Starbucks in itself. 6 fucking Dunkins. And 3 to 4 large fucking teas, which are sounding really fucking good right now. I got to get my voice back for you guys for tomorrow. And the Raw review. I don't know if that's going to be live, but I'm definitely going to give you guys a Raw review tomorrow. All 3 hours. So, guys, before I end this live stream, I got to say thank you again to everybody that threw BC a coffee, or in this case, a tea, to get better. Jane Donnelly. Much love, brother. Jane Donnelly. Tyler. Chris Cooper. William F. The fourth one. Carlos Ray. Drama King. Jacqueline Robinson. Courtney Ward. JR9 Gaming. Dave Mealy. Ashley Steggles. Damn! That was on 8 minutes of notice, bro. I'm losing my fucking voice again, but you guys are fucking epic, man. Thank you guys so much for the coffees. And just anybody that just showed up to smash that up. I just realized we went well over 100 during this half an hour as well. Headed toward $150 live. And this was meant for the future Amplified members. Fuck, man. You guys are the best. Honestly, you made this well worth it. And if I did lose my voice tonight, A, I'll try to get it back tomorrow morning. B, it was well fucking worth it. Because we just had a fucking epic half an hour. To all my amp unit, I'm not going to do a roll call because I have to go catch Raw. It's currently on. It's been on for 10 fucking minutes. And then I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that 10 minutes because I want to give you guys the best critique possible. And I can't do that if I'm not watching it. So, Nazmal Hussein, 99 cent there, man. I see you, Nazmal. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for the coffee. Guys. Top guy, I'm out. BC saying check you. Think, be, live. Amped always. Till tomorrow. Raw's review. I'm not giving any mulligans. They either give us a good show or I'm going to rip this shit a fucking part. If they give us a good show, we're going to praise it. That's how this works. Much love, guys. Amplified Man, I'm out. I got to get coffee, tea, and more Fiji water. Voice is gone.